All right, welcome back to the channel. Dave here.
Hello, Dave.
We have made it back to Lake Nockamixon, and we're going to hit the last three loops. Eastern Loop, Jaywalk, and South Park. We're going to hit them back to back to back, and let's see which one we like the best. All right, here we go. Eastern Woods. So the Eastern Woods is 1.6 miles with 108 feet climbing and 95 feet of descent. Trailfork says if you're a good rider, you can finish the whole loop in 11 minutes. I am riding it clockwise. That's what Trailfork suggests. There's a big skinny there, a little rotted out. It's rained a lot the last few weeks, so part of the trail is perfectly fine, and part of it is muddy, like that spot right there. I've ridden this trail counterclockwise a bunch of times. I think only once clockwise the way we're going. More Rudy over here. Oh, I forgot these here. Always something around the corner here. Lake Nockamixon. It's nice that they put in a bunch of different features all along the way. Keeps it interesting. It has more twisty, rough sections than most of the area here. You can tell it doesn't see as much traffic as the rest of the trails. This one keeps me on my toes. With Jaywalk, that's a totally different ride. You'll see that in a minute. Here's some of those cedar logs I talked about in the first video, how they put them in to cover up the mud to help with muddy sections. It all goes along through here, all those gray strips you see going past. And then it goes into a rock garden. More of the cedar logs in the mud. See, there's even more. But the mud finds a way. Tight, twisty. And we keep going, and we keep going this way. Continue on with Eastern Woods. I do like this section of Eastern Woods down by the lake. It's straight with curves. Does that make sense? Not the giant S-turns of Jaywalk. And it's got ups and downs, but it has less hairpins and more back and forth turns in it. You can keep your speed up. It's funny that it's not as muddy down by the lake than it is on the other side of the loops. You would think it'd be the opposite. These trees remind you like the Ewoks in Star Wars. That's what it always reminds me of. You see the lake. we are back at the end of Cape Top Run. So we're headed to Jaywalk. This is the first place I ever crashed, right here on these rocks. Right here, they were covered in mud. I came down here, my front tire slid to the left, I went to the right, and the rest is history. Didn't get really hurt, just a little sore. So Jaywalk zigzags back and forth through the landscape as it was. It's smoother than Eastern Woods, but it'll still give you some challenges here and there. Trail Forks has you going clockwise. I'm going to ride it counterclockwise. We're down by the lake. You can see it through the trees over there. Jaywalk is 1.4 miles with 98 feet of climbing, 100 feet of descent, and average time takes about 12 minutes. Right here. With all the rain, I haven't gotten to ride in a few weeks too often. Plus, obligations, birthdays, graduations. That's a lot of mud. That's a lot of mud. Man, did I get douched with mud.
Hey, Chucko, that doesn't smell like mud.
The closer we get to South Park, the rockier it'll get. So to the right is South Park. To the left is to finish Jaywalk Loop, and that's where we're going. After a climb, you finally get some downhill. Go! Oh, the air feels good. Ooh, right there. Yes, that was good. South Park. Start off with a wet shoe. And the Rocky South Park is 2.2 miles with 212 feet of climbing, 220 feet of descent, and 26 minutes to complete. I've only ridden South Park a couple times, twice I think. It's not because I don't like it. It's usually we've ridden enough by the time we get out here. It's a little bit more technical than the other 5 loops, but nothing too crazy. It's still a blue. Forget where it is. Out here, set me for a loop one time. Hopefully that doesn't happen today. Here's the gate for the dam that they don't want you going through, obviously. And then there's the top of the dam. It certainly is a lot nicer on the full suspension than it used to be on the hardtail. Got a nice down section here. All the way down to the road. Ooh. Got tires kicked off. A piece of wood back there. Chipmunk. South Park is the wild card. Chunky, fast, and just the right amount of sketch with all the rocks. Not sure if it's my trail, but I can do it, so that makes me happy. Road bridge. Flatten down a little bit here after that last climb. Still twisty, gravelly. Rocks are a little smaller. The closer we get back to Jaywalk, it'll get less rocky. Already starting to do that. To any mature adults like myself in their mid-50s, have you hit a spot in your life Or everything seems to hurt. Is it just my years of construction and hard labor? Or is this something normal? Plus the other thing that's happened to me in the last 6 months, I've been lazy. I know you think, oh, he's a big guy. Of course he's lazy, but no. I've always been very active, even though I'm bigger. Oh, that's not good. For some reason, this overwhelming laziness has come over me. The return section of South Park here is very twisty. Less rocks, a little bit more roots. Not awful. Hit some very wet spots. But it does go back and forth through these super cedar trees. Wow, there's a bunch of mud holes. A log whoops. Ooh. More whoops. Bloody whoops. Oh, we're in Mudville today. In the first video I said it wasn't too muddy ever here. I guess I just lucked out all the other times I've been. Because today we got mud. Well, it has rained at least 3 or 4 days for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And some heavy ones at that. Look at that. Gush! Oh, mud everywhere. And that's the end of South Park. All right, if you only had 30 minutes and you could ride one of these loops, which one would you do? South Park, Jayhawk, or Eastern Woods? Let me know which one you think's the best one. All right, that was the last 3 loops in Nockamixon. Let me know in the comments which one you think you'd like to do, or if you'd like to do all 3. I think all 3 are challenging on their own, especially that South Park with all the rocks. I think my favorite of those 3 is the middle one, Jaywalk. So hope you like this video. Go check out the last one. Go check out the old ones, and we'll see you on the next one. And don't forget, don't stop moving. See ya.